Hi, it's me, Trixie Mattel, and we're back here on the Pit Stop recapping episode 7 of Canada's Drag Race. And today's competition includes a lovely pageant. And we couldn't talk about a pageant without calling in our lovely 5th alternate, Alyssa Edwards. How are you?
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and judges. Haley from the Lone Star State. She is a lovely... You know what? Before I start... This was typecasted for real, bitch. Y'all saw this episode and called my motherfucking phone to remind me that not only was I a beast, but I was a runner-up. Not once, but twice. But that's all right.
You're reporting live from your home. You have an extremely beautiful home. How's it been to actually spend time at home?
I've learned a lot about myself. I love to landscape. I never knew that. And my favorite summer hobby has been bicycling.
I live in LA and I bike everywhere, and people assume that I have no home or I have a DUI.
Or both.
Or both.
If you came in my house, you would never know I did drag unless you came up to Alyssa's room, and I keep that bitch locked. Okay? Yeah. She has to stay far away. Because when you seance the monster, the day's over. It's fully over.
Last week, sadly, Boa went home. Now, Brooklyn asked the girls who should go home and why, and pretty much everybody chose Lemon. What are your thoughts on that question?
I think Miss Lemon had fully described and narrated all tea, all shade, and all the truth.
I loved it.
I did too. She said it was personal. She was jealous. She was conniving. She was being smart. She went down the line. I said, that a girl.
Thank you. I love when she said, it's a new day in the workroom and everybody hates me.
And she basically said, I'm going to give y'all a reason to hate me because I'm going to keep rising up. At this particular point in the competition, it's probably day 15. You're over it. You know, the first day you're like, oh, we're having so much fun. Oh my gosh, we made it. We're the first cast.
Yeah, and the adrenaline in the beginning just keeps you on. You feel awake all day.
I don't know what, for your season, I had to wake up at 4 a.m. We had a call time at 8.
Oh, Alyssa, don't even get me started. I am known as the punctual non-dancing diva of Wisconsin, but I'm extremely punctual. And so they would always put me as first in the interviews every morning because they knew I was the only one who was going to be up on time.
Now, hold up. I will get up on time, but y'all don't ask me to rush the beauty. Do not rush the glamour and the drama because I sit and have a full conversation with myself.
I know you do. I've seen it.
I would sit in the mirror before I put 1 ounce of foundation and just look and be like, you have waited your entire life for this. And there's nothing that they can say nor do that can stop you. Now you go do it, lady.
At this point, too, I will say, when drag queens on Drag Race or in anywhere are portrayed as being, like, up their own ass, I'm like, do you want to pay good money to see a drag queen who doesn't think she is the absolute tea?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
I don't understand when the girls say, I don't really think I'm that pretty. I don't feel, it's like, as a gay man with a million insecurities already, when you put all this charade on, bitch, please. I can jump out my window on the 2nd story right now, and I believe I could fly for real.
I think you could. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, Scarlett Bobo is feeling a little defeated because she has yet to claim a win. When you competed, Miss Alyssa Edwards, lovely 5th alternate, were you upset when you were saved?
No, consistency wins a pageant.
Me neither. That's how I feel.
I thought I was winning every category. The talent show, I thought I won hands down. I said, oh girl, you won.
Well, you know, I'm going to quote someone incredible here. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to is. It's true. I mean, Scarlett Bobo feeling a little pressed that she doesn't have a win just shows that she cares and she wants to win. However, consistency, there's a lot of hookers there. You don't have to win every week. You need to outlast everyone. You can win those last few challenges and snatch that crown. Like, it's not over till it's over.
This competition to me is so much more than just $100,000 and a crown. Because the idea of winning is you're not only learning about your drag and all those things, but you are winning the people over all around the world. And you will have an opportunity to travel and meet these fans, and that's the win. I think she's really just getting very competitive, which I'm very competitive too, so I can understand. She's definitely in her head.
Yeah.
And she's at that place where she feels like she needs the validation.
Brooklyn enters the workroom, and there is no mini challenge today. We go straight to the maxi challenge, which is the girls are competing in a pageant. Yes, God. So the girls are competing for Miss Loose Jaw. Now, I think I know the answer to this, but Alyssa, are you living for this challenge?
I'm confused because I need to know what Miss Loose Jaw means. And what does she represent?
You know, in Canada Drag Race, they do a really good job of incorporating really like local fantasy, local jokes. And I don't know what that's a joke on. Loose jaw?
Loose Jaw. I feel like whatever it is, it had the one word miss in front of it and they had a crown, so I'm here for it.
Now, the tricky part of this challenge is the queens have to do improv as an assigned character. Which character would you have wanted to be in this pageant?
Well, strategy plays a key, and I think one girl said it. She said they haven't had an opportunity to see me play this side yet of me. And I think that's smart because if you're one note, you know, like I needed that in season 5, that Uncle Dick moment. You know, the cross-dressing Uncle Dick. I needed that. I needed that Black Swan moment for them to see those two opposite ends of the spectrum. You know, FYI, this is the episode I went home. You know, she was 6th place in season 5.
That's right. I was top 6 in season 7, and I remember looking back and I remember going, oh, I only made top 6. What am I gonna do? And I remember seeing like somebody like you who made it to top 6 and being like, I'm gonna be fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the slutty one. I mean, I feel like that's the funnest one to make foolish.
If I hadn't won a challenge, if I had been safe, been coasting through, I would have played Lemon's character because I could have done that naturally and easily.
Oh, totally. That would have been, you had so much insight into that character. I feel like you could have plucked that right out of the top of your head.
Girl, I gotta take this necklace off, honey, because we are getting deep up in here, honey. It's getting deep. Oh, the jewels, the pageant jewels. Oh!
Let's talk about Miss Loose Jaw here. How do you think the queens did? My favorite, I mean, I just think Lemon really stomped all over everyone this week in this challenge. She was even pulling my focus from the background. That's how on she was. You know what I mean?
100%. Jimbo, for me, was hilarious.
Hilarious.
The question and answer, I mean...
Psycho.
I mean, all of it. The talent, the bathing suit category, hilarious. And then Lemon was exactly what I thought. Little Miss Perfect, and I like that it has like a touch of like Honey Boo Boo-ish vibe to it.
Oh, totally. I mean, did you clock the accent, right? Did you feel represented?
Hilarious. Oh, girl, what do you mean? Do I feel represented? So you're trying to come for me while I'm in my house in my good drags?
Who do you think was struggling? Because I mean, Miss Ilona from the beginning, it was like, oh no. Not the right choices being made for that character.
I think Piranka is struggling mentally, and when you start struggling mentally, you're that's it. You're 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out.
And she was playing everything down, which, let's be honest, every Drag Race acting challenge, it's the school of overacting. It's never the right choice to play something down. I mean, you gave birth to a baby and played it down. You're in a wig giving birth. You know what I mean? Go big.
Yeah, I just think that she's too far in her head. I agree with the judge that said she could win the whole thing, but she's letting it slip through her fingers because she's already checking out because she doesn't feel that she's validated. She doesn't feel she's good enough. You got to know that just be your authentic, unapologetic self and have fun with it.
That's always the answer. So before we get to the runway, let's talk about Miss Ilona having a fight with Miss Scarlett Bobo, and they are truly fighting about nothing, which is very relatable content when you are in a competition program and you've been with the same 8 homosexuals for like 2 months. You probably will start to just nitpick. I mean, these people are basically roommates at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
what were they disagreeing
Girl,
about?
they were fighting about nothing. They were like, you have bad energy. Well, you give me bad energy. And everyone was like, this is bad energy. Like, I love that they pretend to be friends, but they also fight all the time, which is so drag queens.
It is. I like when the bitches call it out. Bring it to the runway, bitch. Jealousy's a killer.
Ilona and Scarlett do have that energy of like, you guys say you're friends, but do you hate each other? What about when Rita Baga says, my queen I looked up to was Lady Bunny because she's plus size? Bunny doesn't probably watch Canada's Drag Race, but me and Alyssa were both like, oh my God.
I'm going to send it to her for Christmas, on Christmas morning, on Easter morning, and I'm going to remind her, thank you for inspiring the youth of today and the future of tomorrow. We thank you, Bun.
Well, they were talking about in this episode, they were talking a lot about how we have to honor the queens from the generation before us who created what we have. And Alyssa, I just wanted to say thank you for that. As a queen from a generation before me who created this industry. You are the Michelle Berry of the United States, America's oldest living, working. So we get to the runway and the category is pageant perfection. Alyssa, you love this category, of course.
Yes.
Let's go through the looks.
Okay.
What are you looking for as a judge in this runway?
Star power. Electrifying energy that from the minute you beat the corner. When you beat the corner, it's like I ask myself, would I look twice? Would I stare? Or would I go grab me a cocktail?
Thank you.
And there's a lot of times girls come on Drag Race and it's like, they're like, oh, I got the most couture evening gown. And then you're like, okay, but mama, you're dead in the eyes. Okay, you need to go back there and get your go-go juice, honey, and get this to going.
First up, Miss Ilona. The jewels are beautiful. I have a problem with this silhouette. The gown doesn't reach the floor. Also, I don't know why you'd wear hips and then no titties. I mean, I'm just the no titty police, but that's me.
I love the color choice. I love that she has the lilac on the hair, on the lips, on the dress. I like the idea of this like Beyonce chain moment. I don't know if it goes with this dress.
This updo is on the back of her head. It really should be up, like we want to see it from the front when you walk.
Yes.
It's fine. It's not perfect. Now, speaking of perfect though, can we just talk about this? Girl.
I love.
This is how you make an impression on a runway. You listen to the theme, you go, okay, what did they exactly say? And how do I pick something that is exactly that no one else is gonna do? That is what Lemon did. The proportions, the hair is exactly proportioned the way the kid pageants are, just crazy. No titties, full body little she looked like a little girl. It's amazing.
For me, she's given me JonBenet Ramsey.
Completely.
I was like, she's got the walk down, she's got the arms, she's in toddlers and tiaras, and she knew she was on the chopping block. When the ladies had already said, we want her to go home, she said, all right, all of you sluts, I'm gonna give y'all something to chat about tonight.
You know, when they all saw this, they were probably like, damn, that is smart.
It also wasn't just the look, it was the way she executed it.
The presentation, the little tap shoes, it's lit. All right, this is also lit. I think this is probably one of the better looks Miss Rita Bag has done on this season, I think. Whether or not we like the hair and makeup, I love the dress and gloves.
I love this queen a whole lot. You know, very polished, very seasoned queen. I like the dress. I like that it has all of that, but then all of this up here for me is a little too dull. It fell flat this week. And
Girl.
The hair, I needed it. I agree with the one judge who said it needed to be completely slicked back.
It still should have some height and some shape. You're still a drag queen, so like give me some proportion. Short hair like that just makes your head look big.
Well, not me, because I mean, I have very like feminine features. But listen, I need hair. I need hair. And if you're going to do this kind of hair, I need that hair to be sculpted.
Right.
You know, it just didn't match.
I like short, but like a little bit of lift, a little bit of volume. I mean, and I will say, Rita Baga, I like the softer makeup. Priyanka.
Classic pageant. Brooke hit the nail right on the head. When Priyanka walked out, I was like quintessential pageant queen.
Beautiful. The hair, beautiful. Earrings,
check,
beautiful. Face.
Check. Clean,
face,
clean,
beautiful.
clean. Clean.
That exact skin tone with that blue, it's just like, oh my God.
She was good. And what's unfortunate is she was so far in her head. She had this beautiful runway. If she was more like, I'm just going to dive into this challenge, she could have probably been in the top.
With this look, absolutely. Not to mention, we know from her confessionals, she's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Okay, this is Jimbo. I do like that Jimbo pulled together a look that seems to be almost making fun of a pageant look. It's the craziest hair, all pink, big. But when we're talking about the real silhouette of it, I mean, that fabric's not even steamed out. And that makeup, jewels hanging from the eyes.
But here's the thing. Are we judging real? Are we judging funny? It's like, it's a very fine line with Drag Race because you never know what the judges are going to be expecting. Because like, there's a few times you see girls come out and they're not given fashion, they're given funny and people love it.
I don't think this was funny enough to make up for that. Lemon is a look that's funny, and so we're not looking for things like a nipped waist. Do you know what I mean? And I think think this, if it's gonna be funny, we still could have seen more of this. I mean, it's Jimbo, and she has some of the best runways of the season.
I think Jimbo thought in his head, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to be the ultimate pageant for real. It's going to be so many feathers and ostrich and bullshit stacked on top of bullshit. And I'm going to have tears, rhinestone tears. I'm going to have a bouffant hairdo because that's what pageant is. I think he was playing a character. Look, if we're going to judge it for real, girl, we're going to go off length and all that and fit and steam and all this, that, and the other. They all lost. I'm joking.
If we're going off for real, they're all trash. I just think this wasn't delivered on the runway as a comedy look. So
if he would have made it more comedy, it could have landed.
If he would have been, let's say, crying,
yes,
or holding flowers
his
and
mascara,
waving.
yes, that's what I'm saying, or a sash, and it was like ripped or something, or the crown fell off his head, it would have made sense.
Up next, we have this incredible look by Miss Scarlett Bobo. Okay, I live.
I not only live, I live and breathe. Like, this is the one for me.
I love it. The nude on the black with the furry shoulders looking so like old Hollywood, but also like that bitch. Ugh.
She had that leg peekaboo coming out, but it was so sophisticated and so done, rich and regal. This looked like a lady that's like, I'm here and I'm winning every I mean, that's gorgeous. I mean, the shoe, the hair,
the makeup. I mean, her makeup is always beautiful.
She's a well put together queen. She's good at what she does. She knows who she is and she knows what she's delivering. I think when she finally realizes, girl, I don't gotta have a win. I'm gonna keep winning because I'm still here. She really is a threat to this competition, but her biggest competition is herself.
After the runway, the tension is exceptionally high, specifically with Jimbo and Rita. We were watching, we were living. Were you living for this drama?
This is what it's all about.
I love that Rita was like, well, can I give you some feedback? And Jimbo was like, yeah. He's like, I don't like this. And then Jimbo goes, really? I don't like your wig. There's flyaways that cut like...
Jimbo started at the top and went all the way down.
I know. Why was she like, yeah, I'll take the feedback if she was going to turn it into like a fight? And then Miss Rita is kind of like, she's a little too mature for it. She's just like, okay, fine, I won't help you.
I said, oh, Miss Jimbo has showed up to play with the dolls.
I didn't know that she had that in her because she presents like, you know, a clown, like someone's fun uncle in a wig. I didn't know that she also was ready to get people together with the reading today. I didn't see that
When she walked
coming.
in on episode 1, I said, now this is an act. This is a spectacle. I need to see what's going to happen with this. This is very interesting to me.
Would you say she's your pick? She's your horse right now if you're like a betting woman?
I feel like Jimbo is related to me. I feel like, you know, if I do like, you know, those family trees, he's somewhere in the House of Edwards, like a distant, like I think
we need to do a drag 23andMe because there is a through line. I believe
there is. I'm like, this guy is like a Goonie for real, like me. I know it, you know.
Yes.
We're cut from the same cloth. I just feel it. The girls on Canada, they read. I love that they go in. When she said, well, I think you're actually painted older. Well, now I actually have tape on to look young. She said,
if you want to talk older, you got this Golden Girls wig on with flyaways looking dried, flied, and laid to the side.
When that came out, girl, I had to rewind back in my mind and go,
I know.
Miss Jimbo ain't no bimbo, bitch.
So we find out the winner this week is Lemon. I agree. Do you agree?
I agree, 100%.
And unfortunately, Scarlett Bobo is devastated. She really wanted this win this week, and you could tell she was in this challenge being like, I need this. And I really hope as a Scarlett Bobo fan that this doesn't break her stride too much. Lemon did a better job than you, but like tomorrow's another day.
It's like, don't start doing this. Well, I haven't won. I don't understand. I'm embarrassed. You're embarrassed. What about all the girls who auditioned who didn't get a call back?
Hello.
What you embarrassed for, honey? I mean,
not to mention safe. You know how hard it is to be safe on Drag Race? You're incredible. All right, the bottom is Ilona and Priyanka. Unfortunately, I think that's justified. They were the two weakest. Scarlett was great. Jimbo was great. Lemon was great.
Yep, I agree.
Ilona and Priyanka lip synced to Hello by guest judge Ali X. What did you think of the lip sync? I was watching you put makeup on, and when the lip sync started, you put the mirror down and you put the makeup down and you watched like this.
This is my favorite part of Drag Race. And I'll give you a fun fact. Sometimes I don't watch the episode. I fast forward to the lip sync.
I bet it's more than that. I bet it's you in your house going, it should have been more like this.
There's something so magical about this moment when you're standing there and the lights go down and the spotlight comes up and Ruth sits up straight and those eyes light up.
And do you remember this? Like, RuPaul does this thing where he goes, test the music, and they do a test of the music. And then RuPaul looks at both of you and goes, all right, this time it's for real. And it's the most chilling, like, this is on, bitch.
Oh, I just got chills. This lip sync was so good.
It was good.
This was beyond good because both had that energy in their eyes. They both had that energy in their fingertips. You could tell that they wanted it. Their heart was pounding. They were in it to win it.
And they both interpreted it in different ways. Priyanka was doing it more comedy, which I think
was
a little more successful.
It was funny. She made it engaging.
Priyanka wins the lip sync. Do you agree?
100%.
I do too.
They both were fighting, and I think Miss Thing, as she's sashaying away, she should be so proud of herself.
Absolutely.
Baby, I came, I saw, I turned it the up and turned it out and fell short. That's all right, honey.
She joined an amazing sisterhood of people who went home top 6. That's us.
She
Welcome.
did.
Welcome to the top 6 sisterhood.
Lovely runner up.
I love talking to you. As always, you are literally a light in my life, and you are the juice that is worth the squeeze.
Keep going.
I really appreciate you joining me today to judge, because your point of view on this could not be more valuable.
This was a lot of fun, and you know what? I love Drag Race, and I love that we're celebrating this all around the world. And this cast is really a good group.
Thank you for watching The Pit Stop right here on the RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel. You can catch us next week for episode 8. See you then. Goodbye.
But you know, the funniest pageant experience I ever had was doing a pageant with Shangela. Girl, I was the ultimate pageant mom. Girl, I get over there and I wreck shop. I'm like, where is the presentation? She said, well, it's this. And I'm like, well, what is that up there on the shelf? I said, Shangela, where'd you get this dress? Mama, I rented this from a girl. A girl? Who? What kind of girl? Did this girl have big breasts? Well, they were huge. Okay. Well, did you know you're flat-chested? And Shangela backstage asked Victoria Porchart Parker. She was there. Girl, she started crying. I said, I've already told you what to say. Don't act brand new. We're backstage. I'm holding her hand. I'm like, you're going on next. I would go out there and say, my name is Alyssa Edwards. I'm from the Lone Star, hailing from the Lone Star State. The stars at night shine big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. Good evening, judges. All the way from the Sunshine State.
No.
I didn't know you were from Florida. Girl, I was so mad. I grabbed my clutch. I said, you have embarrassed me.
Do you want everything RuPaul's Drag Race at your fingertips? Then head over to YouTube now and subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race channel, and you will get all the episodes of everything you ever want, including brand new episodes of What You Packin'. Hi.